We have Act 83, which is the Hawaii Climate Initiation Act, and we have to produce a report to the legislature in 2017 regarding the effects of sea level rise on the state of Hawaii. We can look at the past and scientifically map out the rates of change from the past, but scientists are now pretty convinced that the rates are going to accelerate. So we think it's important to get ahead of the bus, or get on in the bus and drive the bus, to provide a message to people that it's time to look at the future. As Nainoa Thompson pointed out, it's time to get together. The time is now to look at how we can make the future more affordable, more manageable for all of us. And one way one of the ways to do that is to use science to help us predict what changes are going to occur, i.e. the sea level rise vulnerability report that we're producing, and then what mechanisms we can use to try to make adjustments in the future as necessary to reduce the effect of climate change on our coastal communities.
What the future holds as far as what this effort will become really depends on all of you, and this is the start of a whole new way of looking at things. But in the meantime, what I want to just say is that in terms of the sea level rise vulnerability and adaptation report, what we're going to do over the next couple of years is we're going to continue to hold our ICAC meetings, our interagency climate adaptation committee meetings. These are public meetings that we hold at DLNR on a quarterly basis. We welcome people to come and participate in that. I believe these are being recorded, and you can find them on our website.
Yeah, we can't stop what's happening. That will take massive changes in the way we do things, massive carbon reductions, reducing greenhouse gas emissions. I think we're on the road to doing some of that, but there are changes that have already been set in motion, and so we have to prepare for those changes in the best way possible, using the best available science, using the best thinkers, using people who have the vision to make the changes necessary to reduce the effect of the changes that are surely coming.
How this is going to impact our coastal resorts and the money-making engine.
So what we're asking people to do is to look at the issue of sea level rise from an alternative personality perspective. So we're asking them to step aside from what they do on a day-to-day basis and step into a new role. Whether it's a homeowner suffering from erosion, whether it's the manager of the Department of Transportation who's trying to deal with the effect of sea level rise on transportation facilities, or a coastal advocate who's trying to protect our coastal resources. And so then we're going to have them step into those roles and discuss how they view the issue of sea level rise and coastal erosion on our islands, and then asking their advice in those roles, what they would do about it if they were that role, if they were that person. That it is a report, it's not a planning document, so we're not coming out with any type of recommendations that will force anybody to do anything. We wanted to avoid that. So it's a report. We're going to give the report to the Hawaii State Legislature at the end of 2017, and our hope is that it's used as a guiding light for the state with regards to maybe re-engineering its coastal land use policies. There are things that have to be done shortly, and I think we can make those adjustments. For instance, revising shoreline setbacks, right? Creating seller disclosure statements for people that want to buy coastal property. And then there's longer term recommendations that I think need to be considered, such as where do we locate our infrastructure which has lifespans of perhaps 100 years. If we don't locate them properly, they will be inundated by the rise in sea level. So let's start to think about where to promote the development of new infrastructure in areas that are outside of these coastal risk areas.